Class is in session. The professor is in. What's happening, y'all? We are talking about the bargain bin, and you are here for a bargain to find out what superstars you can use if you don't have some of the top 4 or 5 or 6 that I mentioned in the Smack video released earlier. And that video will be linked up here. So if you haven't had a chance to see it yet, maybe I can draw an arrow. There we go. That's where you will find it. I'll put the card there. So let's bro. First and foremost, just going over these sorts of things again. Anybody that you can bring into this battle that will help with these attributes down here, of course, and helping to mitigate the damage or the abilities of our boss, Wendy Richter, that will be beneficial. But then bringing in somebody who does black gem damage, yellow gem damage, countdown gem damage, or botch gem damage is really what we're looking for to maximize our help to our team. So in the focused category, then we'll change this to rarity. One of the characters that I think is actually going to do pretty well if you have her high enough is actually the other Wendy Richter, the Hall of Fame version of Wendy Richter. So doing more doing more damage of gems, and that box always disappears on me. So more gem damage with 1, generating more black gems with 2. It's not a huge buff, but it definitely helps. Where this is going to be helpful is that she has a bonus for every black gem in her finisher. So that's going to get buffed up by 1000%. So her finisher is going to help you there. She makes a bunch of multiply gems. So multiply gems that are going to turn them into black gems. So you're probably going to run her in a triple black setup, just turning multiplies into black gems. She also has botch gems too, if you wanted to try to move botch gems in there instead of the multiply gems and take advantage of that. All good. You figure out how you want to do it, but I think Wendy Richter, the Hall of Fame version, is actually going to be better than her regular version, if that makes sense. Somehow. Weird how that all sets up. So she's going to be one in this focus category. And before I forget, the boss breaker that you're going to need for this category is Hell Freezes Over. And this is one where it's going to be difficult to find enough people on your team that have a level 10. And I'll show you why in just a second, because we didn't talk about the breakers or the abilities of the boss yet. So let's do that now. Let's bro into something that actually matters for this. Damage per turn, we've seen this before. We're going to get hit with 5 million damage and up to 757 for each turn that elapses on top of that. We have a shield not affected by boss breakers, so your neutralize will not work on it, and it is broken by breaking 200, if I'm reading this correctly, of any gems. So 200 of any gems, 49 gems on the board. That is 5 plus boards full by you and your other teammates. So you don't need a specific color to do this. Any and all gem damage is going to work. The boss will heal herself 20% of their max health starting at level 5. And then this is the one that we were just talking about, the unfreeze. And this is going to start at level 9 and above. The freeze you for 2 moves for 2 turns. So that's going to be the difficult one that's going to hinder your ability if you're unable to knock her out in the first couple of turns. Based on how they usually run boss battles, this will go off every turn, the damage. And then starting on the first boss's turn, we will probably get the shield for 2 turns. So that'll be for 2 turns. And then on the next turn, the boss's second turn, then they will heal themselves and put this down for 2 turns. So these two will, let's do it this way. The shield and the freeze will alternate turn by turn. Okay, now that we got that out of the way and what I think is going to happen, we don't have any confirmation of all of that yet, but that's what I think is going to be the case. Back to the focus category. So in this category of people you can use, Hall of Fame Wendy Richter, I think, is going to be one of the better ones. Another one, and I probably just said that again, my brain froze, is going to be Alundra Blaze. So Alundra Blaze While her normal move set that I usually run is the double green and the blue. When you scroll down and check it out, she makes a bunch of yellow gems. They are random, but that's okay. She makes gems into multiply, so we're going to get some extra damage there, and it will reload itself with the spinning crescent kick. So she has the ability to do a lot of damage with some yellow gems, so that is someone to think about. You can also run her with her countdown gems, but I think the other moveset would actually be better for her. Next, when we head into the chaotic category, when we look under those who make black gems that are going to be useful to you, someone like Nikki Cross, who has the ability to make multiply gems into black gems, or at least to destroy them, and then into trap gems, into black gems, areas into multiply gems. So there is a red and black moveset that you could definitely use for her, or a black and blue with the whiplash neck breaker. Just keep in mind that reversal moves do not work, the reversal part of it, in a boss battle. Hardcore and combos do work. So Nikki Cross could be someone very interesting for this boss battle. Others that you can use that also make multiply gems, do some black gem damage. So Stephanie McMahon, if you have taken her up that high, will make multiply gems into black gems and make a lot of them. So you'll get the black gem damage. The multiplies will help to make that a little bit more. I wouldn't use the black finisher. I'd probably use the short arm clothesline to get the most effectiveness out of it. Others you can use in the chaotic category are going to be a couple of interesting ones. One that we might not think of is actually going to be Naomi Always Shine, because she has the ability to create a lot of yellow gem damage, and she has an increased yellow gem damage buff that is actually beefy in that it lasts for 4 turns. So she is going to stack yellow damage a ton. So you'll be able to use that with her. You can also put in the moveset with reinforced damage if you wanted to, but I'd probably stick with this moveset right here. That'll just keep reloading and choosing a lot of yellow gems. And so next after that, we are going to look at, where is she in all of this? Was it you? It was you. It's Stacy Keibler, women's legend. Lost my train of thought about where I was going to be again. The sickness is killing me. She is going to make a lot of botch gems with her finisher, and then you are going to make a lot of yellow gems, or at least try to make some yellow gems, with which then to hurt the boss. But she also has a body slam bonus botch gem damage move as well. So while I don't think she is going to be the number one in this category, I think she has the ability to do a lot of extra damage. After that, who was the other one that I liked in this category that we as a group liked? I think that might have been it. All right, moving on. Oh, that was one thing I didn't get a chance to talk about, is the boss breakers. So for this category right now, neutralize isn't really going to help us so much, but healer's steel is going to be effective in limiting the amount that Wendy Richter is going to be able to heal herself. So that's something to keep in mind. It's always good to have neutralize up, although healer's steel is something that we're going to have to deal with. In the aggressive category, having already mentioned China and Dakota as sort of my 1-2 punch in this category, there are a lot of interesting people to use in this category as well. Always, always, always when it comes to aggressive is to level up your exhaust to 10. That will reduce the boss's damage to the group by 50%, and that's huge in boss battles that linger on and on and on. Where I think she will be, she will actually not be. She does make a whole bunch of black gems with leech gems. She's not going to be the greatest, but someone who is going to make black gem damage is Nikita Lyons. Someone who also is going to make a whole bunch of black gems with multiply gems is going to be Becky 2 Bites. So Zombie Becky is somebody else who's going to get an increase to black gem damage with her combo move, especially when she starts losing damage. Is going to increase her gem damage, black gem damage, by even more. Is there a combo? Nope, that's not the combo I'm thinking about. That's the leech gem. Oops, wrong superstar. Zebex is going to be a useful character for this one. There are a lot of black and yellow gem damage users. So Ronda Rousey is also going to be making black gems and also going to be making yellow gems. So there's somebody else that can make 2 of the colors that will add some extra damage. It's not going to be a lot or that great, but if she is whom you have at the 6-star level, that could be someone to think about. Another one to think about that actually will be really good is actually Lita's red and I think it's triple red. So putting multiply gems, the Juggernaut, as well as the Lita Bomb. Playing that triple red is going to be excellent this time around. And I feel like, whom else do we have in here? Somebody else making multiply gems and black gems is going to be Carmella. So if you have the untouchable Mask Mella, so that's somebody else who's going to put some damage down. We also talked on stream. If you haven't checked out the streams, make sure you check that out too. I'll put a link for the stream. I put the Twitch replay on YouTube, so it shall be up there. Is Rhea Ripley. This is My Brutality. This is the swapping into black gems. The multiply gems gain purple up. This moveset right here, I think, is also going to hit rather hard. But the aggressive category just has a lot of people that can do stuff. It wasn't you. It was... There was one more. Hold on a second. It was Shayna Baszler. The Queen of Spades does have, it's not super powerful, but it does have a bonus damage for every botch gem. And she also will make multiplies and black gems. So somebody else to think about if you have her that high. She will also do some damage this weekend. And last but not least from this category, if you have been saving up your IOWs or bringing them up, Beth Phoenix of the Icons of WrestleMania makes botch gems and black gems. So she could also be another interesting player for this week for you, depending on what you have or what you can use for this category. Last but not least, the best in this category, I think, was Zombie Liv, but there's also plenty here to choose from. I think Tori Wilson's going to be really, really good for this boss battle. But before I get to that, always level up your defensive with Helping Hand. Neither of these. I find Life in the Fast Lane is good, but I find that the Helping Hand is probably the best one for your defensive characters. Tori is going to make a whole bunch of yellow gems, reinforced gems, getting all that extra bonus damage that comes with that. So probably triple yellow. But Tori also has a moment. And so her moment adding extra yellow gem damage and extra MP is going to be really good for her. Piper Niven is also going to be good, making all sorts of yellow gems with her pyro move right there. And if you got her Piper plate, that's going to do an even more damage on top of all of that. So you're probably going to run a runner with that plate if you have her. Without the plate, still going to be good for the weekend. Roxanne is also making snowfalls. So in the opposite direction, snowfalls, making multiplies, and destroying the board, keeping it black as possible, and choosing that. Yeah, so that's another possibility for this weekend. Who did I miss? With whom? Another one who makes the other Shayna Baszler, the submission magician, could also, her armbar turns into snowfall black gems. So you're going to get yellows and blacks. I don't believe she makes, she does not make any multiplies. more in the category that we can use. It wasn't you. She was the best. I don't believe Indy did anything for this. It's just yellow multiplies into blue into red. No, it wasn't Indy. Scratch that. Never mind. And then none of these and none of these. Okay, so those would probably be the best ones in this category as well. So there you have it. There is the Boss bargain bin. And I thank you for coming to class today. I hope this helps you in selecting or at least leveling up some who are going to help you and help your faction win this boss battle. Appreciate you coming to class. Don't forget to give it the old like, the share, and the subscribe. Appreciate you being here. Brofessor out.